The purpose of this video to describe the biography Angelina Jolie. Before starting this video, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Angelina Jolie, born Angelina Jolie Voigt, June 4, 1975, is an American actress, filmmaker, and humanitarian. The recipient of numerous accolades, including an Academy Award and 3 Golden Globe Awards, she has been named Hollywood's highest-paid actress multiple times. Angelina Jolie Voigt was born on June 4, 1975, at Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles, California, to actors Jon Voight and Marcolini Bertrand. She is the sister of actor James Haven, and the niece of singer-songwriter Chip Taylor, and geologist and volcanologist Barry Voigt. Her godparents are actors Jacqueline Bisset and Maximilian Schell. On her father's side, Jolie is of German and Slovak descent. Jolie has claimed to have distant indigenous Iroquois ancestry through her French-Canadian mother. However, her father says Jolie is not seriously Iroquois, saying it is something he and Bertrand made up to make Bertrand seem more exotic. Following her parents' separation in 1976, she and her brother lived with their mother, who had abandoned her acting ambitions to focus on raising her children. Jolie's mother raised her as a Catholic, but did not require her to go to church. As a child, she often watched films with her mother, and it was this, rather than her father's successful career, that inspired her interest in acting, though she had a bit part in Voight's Looking to Get Out 1982 at age 7, when Jolie was 6 years old. Bertrand and her live-in partner, filmmaker Bill Day, moved the family to Palisades, New York. They returned to Los Angeles 5 years later. Jolie then decided she wanted to act and enrolled at the Lee Strasberg Theater Institute, where she trained for 2 years and appeared in several stage productions. Jolie first attended Beverly Hills High School, where she felt isolated among the children of some of the area's affluent families because her mother had a more modest income. She was teased by other students, who targeted her for being extremely thin and for wearing glasses and braces. Her early attempts at modeling, at her mother's insistence, proved unsuccessful. She transferred to Marino High School, an alternative school, where she became a punk outsider, wearing all-black clothing, going out moshing, and engaging in knife play with her live-in boyfriend. She dropped out of her acting classes and aspired to become a funeral director, taking at-home courses on embalming. At age 16, after the relationship had ended, Jolie graduated from high school and rented her own apartment before returning to theater studies, though in 2004 she referred to this period with the observation, "I am still at heart and always will be just a punk kid with tattoos." As a teenager, Jolie found it difficult to emotionally connect with other people, and as a result she self-harmed, later commenting, "For some reason, the ritual of having cut myself and feeling the pain, maybe feeling alive, feeling some kind of release, it was somehow therapeutic to me." She also struggled with insomnia and an eating disorder and began using drugs. By age 20, she had used just about every drug possible, particularly heroin. Jolie had episodes of depression and planned to commit suicide twice at age 19 and again at 22, when she attempted to hire a hitman to kill her when she was 24. She experienced a nervous breakdown and was admitted for 72 hours to UCLA Medical Center's psychiatric ward. 2 years later, after adopting her first child, Jolie found stability, later stating, "I knew once I committed to Maddox, I would never be self-destructive again." Jolie has had a lifelong dysfunctional relationship with her father, which began when Voigt left the family when his daughter was less than a year old. She has said that from then on their time together was sporadic and usually carried out in front of the press. They reconciled when they appeared together in Lara Croft, Tomb Raider 2001. But their relationship again deteriorated. Jolie petitioned the court to legally remove her surname, Voigt, in favor of her middle name, which she had long used as a stage name. The name change was granted on September 12, 2002. Voigt then went public with their estrangement during an appearance on Access Hollywood, in which she claimed Jolie had serious mental problems. At that point, her mother and brother also broke off contact with him. They did not speak for 6.5 years, but began rebuilding their relationship in the wake of Bertrand's death from ovarian cancer on January 27, 2007, before going public with their reconciliation 3 years later. Took me by surprise, too, because overnight, we totally changed. I think one day we had just nothing in common, and it's scary, but ... I think it can happen when you get involved and you don't know yourself yet. Jolie was involved in a prominent scandal when she was accused of causing the divorce of actors Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston in October 2005. She said she fell in love with Pitt during the filming of Mr. and Mrs. Smith 2005, but dismissed allegations of an affair, saying, "To be intimate with a married man when my own father cheated on my mother is not something I could forgive. I could not look at myself in the morning if I did that. I wouldn't be attracted to a man who would cheat on his wife." Neither Jolie nor Pitt would publicly comment on the nature of their relationship until January 2006, when she confirmed they were expecting their first child together. During their 12-year relationship, the couple were dubbed Brangelina, a portmanteau coined by the media, and were the subject of worldwide media coverage. They became known as one of Hollywood's most glamorous couples. Their family grew to include 6 children, 3 of whom were adopted. Before they announced their engagement in April 2012, Jolie and Pitt were legally married on August 14, 2014, and had their wedding in a private ceremony at the Château Miraval, France on August 23, 2014. She subsequently took the name Angelina Jolie Pitt. After 2 years of marriage, the couple separated on September 15, 2016. On September 19, Jolie filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. They were declared legally single on April 12, 2019. After Pitt sued Jolie for selling her share of a winery they owned to a third party, she filed a countersuit in which she alleged that he physically and verbally abused her and their children on a plane in 2016. Considered a highlight of the film, George Wallace was very well received by critics and won, among other awards, the Golden Globe Award for Best Miniseries or Television Film. Jolie also received a nomination for an Emmy Award for her performance. Jolie portrayed supermodel Ja Karangi in HBO's Ja 1998. The film chronicles the destruction of Karangi's life and career as a result of her addiction to heroin and her decline and death from AIDS in the mid-1980s, Vanessa Vance of Real.com retrospectively noted. Jolie gained wide recognition for her role as the titular Ja, and it's easy to see why. Jolie is fierce in her portrayal, filling the part with nerve, charm, and desperation, and her role in this film is quite possibly the most beautiful train wreck ever filmed. For the second consecutive year, Jolie won a Golden Globe Award and was nominated for an Emmy Award. She also won her first Screen Actors Guild Award. In accordance with Lee Strasberg's method acting, Jolie preferred to stay in character in between scenes during many of her early films. While shooting Ja, she told her husband, Johnny Lee Miller, that she would not be able to phone him. "I'd tell him, I'm alone. I'm dying. I'm gay. I'm not going to see you for weeks." After Ja wrapped, she briefly gave up acting because she felt that she had nothing else to give. She separated from Miller and moved to New York, where she took night classes at New York University to study directing and screenwriting. Encouraged by her Golden Globe Award win for George Wallace and the positive critical reception of Ja, Jolie resumed her career. Following the previously filmed gangster film Hell's Kitchen 1998, Jolie returned to the screen in Playing by Heart 1998, part of an ensemble cast that included Sean Connery, Gillian Anderson, and Ryan Phillip. The film received predominantly positive reviews, and Jolie was praised. In particular, San Francisco Chronicle critic Peter Stack wrote, "Jolie, working through an overwritten part, is a sensation as the desperate club crawler learning truths about what she's willing to gamble." She won the Breakthrough Performance Award from the National Board of Review. In 1999, Jolie starred in the comedy drama Pushing Tin, alongside John Cusack, Billy Bob Thornton, and Cate Blanchett. The film met with mixed reception from critics, and Jolie's character Thornton's seductive wife was particularly criticized. Writing for the Washington Post, Desenhow dismissed her as a completely ludicrous writer's creation of a free-spirited woman who weeps over hibiscus plants that die, wears lots of turquoise rings, and gets real lonely when Russell spends entire nights away from home. Jolie then co-starred with Denzel Washington in The Bone Collector 1999, playing a police officer who reluctantly helps Washington's quadriplegic detective track down a serial killer. The film grossed $151.5 million worldwide, but was critically unsuccessful. Terry Lawson of the Detroit Free Press concluded, "Jolie, while always delicious to look at, is simply and woefully miscast. Took me by surprise, too, because overnight, we totally changed. I think one day we had just nothing in common, and it's scary, but ... I think it can happen when you get involved and you don't know yourself yet. Jolie was involved in a prominent scandal when she was accused of causing the divorce of actors Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston in October 2005. She said she fell in love with Pitt during the filming of Mr. and Mrs. Smith 2005, but dismissed allegations of an affair, saying, "To be intimate with a married man when my own father cheated on my mother is not something I could forgive. I could not look at myself in the morning if I did that. I wouldn't be attracted to a man who would cheat on his wife." Neither Jolie nor Pitt would publicly comment on the nature of their relationship.